our journey to convert an old bus into a motorhome is on track. Well, sort of on track. We moved an old rust bucket some 750 kilometers to her new home, christened her Meraai, stripped her, cut her floor, windows and dash out, and got rid of the gunk and rust on her chassis. So to get an idea of stuff that the guys have been scraping off the chassis, it's all of this stuff you see down here. This week we find out that Mirai had a nip and a tuck. One of my children pops in for a visit and Mirai's new floor arrives. Mirai is slowly getting closer to being the empty canvas that we can start painting on, start creating. Hendrik, the grinder gladiator, has taken most of her innards out. Hendrik's done a lot since this morning. I mean, the whole dash is not all out. You know, he's stripped the whole thing. It looks like a real nest of wires. But what is interesting, it looks like somebody added another extension to the front of this bus. If you Google this model, I haven't been able to find one with a flat nose like this bus has. They all have a nose that it comes down, and then it's got a little bulldog nose, a little pug nose. This is what Mirai used to look like. And this is what we want her to look like again. I've been thinking along, the whole way that I want this to look like a big blown up combi on steroids, that rounded look. But now I'm thinking, no, let's take it back to what it looked like. Brahm then put a spanner in the works when he sent me a picture of another proposed look for a motorhome. This I like. Mariki is not that sure.
So I really fell in love with the little red bus. I mean, red's my favorite color. The other one, I find it quite butch. Actually, really butch. It's a bit butch for me.
But it's cool.
What, butch? Yeah, butch is cool, but I just don't want a butch bus. I want a red bus.
But we can have a butch bus.
Huh?
But we're going with the butch bus.
Okay, at least can we have a red butch bus then? So
now we have tossed this look and we'll go for something like this without the £280,000 or 4.2 million rand price tag. This is part of the journey. We don't know where it's going to end up. Next to be stripped were the front doors. When I arrived, Hendrik had packed his grinder away and was busy readying Mirai for a big lift.
Good morning, how are you today?
How's it going?
I'm very well, thank you. Yourself?
Lekker, what you up to?
As you can see, I'm busy untrying the chassis from the body.
East Coast Scratch and Dent owner Brahm and the grinder gladiator Hendrik were discussing the way forward regarding the installation of Mirai's floor area as well as lifting her body a few centimeters. Brahm, what's the procedure to actually lift the bus and why?
Well, your engine is at the moment is very high, so it's very inconvenient for you to drive there. So we want to lift the body from the chassis about 50 mil.
Okay, so it's primarily to get the engine down, so aesthetically it'll be better and you've got a bit more space inside.
Space, that we can create a little bit more space at the bottom for storage, and obviously for your wheels, your bigger wheels that's going to come on you. And then from there, we're going to put the floor, and after the floor, we're going to lift the roof.
This floor here, you see, will probably come to about here. So that is what will be sticking out. Whereas now, as you can see, I mean, it's just a huge, big chunk of engine which gets in the way. Later that day, a delivery arrived for Mirai. Okay, we're about to start with the serious rebuilding of Mirai. Brahm ordered a whole lot of steel, and I had no idea that steel was so expensive. And I also was under the impression we were going to be doing side paneling of fiberglass, but we're going to be keeping some of the steel paneling, and there is some that will be replaced. So we got thin sheets of metal and some thicker ones, which will be for the floor, which will be our foundation. At last it is the weekend again, and I get to see Mariki. She arrives in Leisure Bay with my daughter in tow. So it's the weekend. Yoo-hoo! This is Holly, And 23 years ago, she and her sister Kate converted our small family into a bigger family in one blow.
She doesn't look like much now, right now, but... Oh my God.
Yeah.
There's not even a floor.
Huh? No, but you don't have a floor. It's a people-powered bus, so you get in there and your feet stick through the bottom and you run like hell, and that's how it moves.
Lots of work to be done here.
Uh-huh.
Oh my word. Crazy to think you're going to put a whole bed and everything in there.
Yeah, no, the bed goes at the back and it'll probably lift up into the roof. Then you'll have the ablutions in the middle above those round things you see. Then here will be the kitchen and the chill area.
And there'll be like a canopy that comes that you can pull out when you park, so that it's in the shade. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She will leave that school bus.
You can bring your school kids. Holly's a teacher.
Yeah.
You can bring your kids.
They would have a jaw, hey? Next week, Mirai is down. So what do? We lift her up. Remember to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We are also on Twitter. You will find us under A Dream Called Meraai. Until next time, keep safe and keep your dreams alive.